Hello, and welcome to The Five. My name's Leroy, and today is Trivia Tuesday, where we take a closer look at a Bible story and see what you know. All right, sometimes you find yourself in a scary situation. What do? Do you lose your cool? I never lose my cool. I don't know if I ever had my cool. All right, well, today's story, it can be found in the book of Mark, chapter 6, verses 45 through 52. I encourage you to look that up and read it later. Okay, first some context. The disciples were having a long day. They had just returned from their first mission trip where Jesus had sent them out to preach the good news and to heal people. And they had some crazy stories to share. All right, but Jesus saw them and noted right away that they looked tired. So he decided to sneak them out of town so they could take a break. But the people found them. A lot of people found them. And Jesus, he had compassion on them. And so he began to preach, and he preached all day long. Jesus would eventually feed over 5,000 people. And the disciples would help distribute that food and collect the leftovers. They were tired. And when all that was done, Jesus put them in a boat and sent them across the lake to Bethsaida. Okay, this brings us to our first question. All right, when Jesus sent the disciples ahead, what did Jesus stay behind to do? Was it A, preach more, you can never get enough? B, hide and seek. Okay, now hear me out. If Jesus was going to stay behind and play a game, I think he would rule at hide and seek, right? He knows when you are sleeping. No, that's Santa. Anyway, C, pray. Or D, clean up. 5,000 plus people, I'm thinking a mess. What do you think? Okay, the correct answer is C, pray. Jesus went up on a mountain by himself to pray. While the disciples were going across the water, a storm kicked up. And I mean a terrible storm. They were struggling. They had been rowing for hours. It was now the middle of the night. And Jesus, he sees them from the shore and he walks out to them. Yeah, I say that casually because that's crazy. He walked on the water right out to them. Now, if you were one of the disciples, you're exhausted. You've had a long day and you're rowing and fighting a storm. You're not sure if you're going to live and something approaches you on top of the water. Of course you're going to freak out. So that brings us to question 2. What did Jesus say to the scared disciples while walking on the water? Was it in A, I'll meet you in Bethsaida, ciao? I don't know. B, I am here. Was it C, towel please, he's wet, right? Or D, follow me. I don't know, I could see it going several different ways here. The correct answer is B, I am here. And in fact, his actual words were, don't be afraid, take courage, I am here. Would it change your perspective if you really believed Jesus was right here in a scary situation with you? Well, in fact, when Jesus climbed into their boat, the wind stopped. I love that too. All right, what are you going to do when you are scared? That's what I want you to talk about. What have you done in the past? What should you do when you are scared? Now, if you say pray, I want you to tell me, or I want you to talk about how would you pray? And most importantly, how are you going to get Jesus into your boat? Right? I mean, not literally into a boat, but in your scary situation. How are you going to invite Jesus into that so that he can bring peace? This is my prayer for you today. Don't be afraid. Take courage. Jesus is here. I will see you tomorrow. This has been The Five.